Good Tuesday and happy Cinco de Mayo to everybody. This is Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith and this is the 5th of May, Cinco de Mayo, celebration of the Mexican victory over the French forces at the Battle of Puebla on May 5th back in 1862. So get out there and enjoy some fine Mexican food and beer today, but do so safely with your celebrations this afternoon and this evening. This is the video forecast discussion for the 5th of May 2015. And it's a mild morning to start your day off with lots of sunshine around the region this morning, but clouds will be increasing during this afternoon. But temperatures this morning are starting out some 10 to 15 degrees above normal for this time of the morning. Temperatures overnight last night didn't fall too much out of the upper 50s and even lower 60s in the New York City metro area. And this morning they're bottoming out or starting off basically where they left off in the upper 50s to low and mid 60s, and temperatures already beginning to climb quite nicely to our south and west as well. Visible path of the satellite this morning shows the enhancement here to some of the clouds to our west. We're under a domain of generally clear skies, some high clouds across the region to our north and west. More importantly, the water vapor imagery. This is the lifting that's ongoing across Indiana and Illinois. This produced a complex of thunderstorms which produced widespread hail damage across the upper Midwest in this region yesterday. We'll show you that in a moment. This is the leading edge of a frontal system that will be approaching our region. We can see this on the Doppler radar mosaic here with the showers and thunderstorms riding over the top of the ridge along the frontal boundary as it's very slow to move into and sink south through the region, and probably won't do so until tomorrow before it falls apart. The idea here is that high pressure is winning out, and the front end winds at all levels of the atmosphere are slowing up the front from progressing too far and too quickly through the region. Morning surface chart from weatherroanoke.com and digital atmosphere software shows a prefrontal trough just to our west, and this is the leading edge of a cold front which is nearly stationary across the Ohio River Valley back towards the upper Midwest here. It will be slowly moving in our direction over the next 24 hours. It's going to be a slow mover, and some of these showers and thunderstorms, which are convective complex here, will probably reach the northern New Jersey area by dawn tomorrow morning. Yes, those allergies will continue to be on the high side today, lower tomorrow in rain and slightly cooler temperatures earlier tomorrow, and then back up to the high side on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Every tree that's going out there is moving with the pollen dispersal. Oak, birch, and maple are the primary ones, but just about any tree is flourishing under this domain. Ultraviolet radiational index for today through Friday, basically at an 8 today, which is relatively high, a 7 tomorrow in clouds and rain showers. Back up on the high side to 8 and 9 on Thursday and Friday, so you're really going to need that sunscreen out there. And the agricultural forecast for southeastern Pennsylvania and northern New Jersey from Rutgers University out in New Brunswick at the campus there at Cook College at 8 a.m. For this morning and for the next 24 hours. A quarter of an inch of rain this afternoon and tonight, maybe a tenth of an inch on Wednesday. That could be even higher in certain regions where thunderstorms train. Winds for spraying northwest to north at 5 to 10 today and tonight, northeast at around 10 on Wednesday. Humidity values about 50 to 60% today, near 100% tonight, 50 to 60% on Wednesday. Upper 50s for the dew points today, mid 50s tonight, lower 50s on Wednesday. Drying conditions will be fair today and Wednesday with locally poor areas with frost freeze or dew. Little dew tonight, but wetting possible in showers. Little dew possible on Wednesday night. Percentage of sunshine about 20% today and even 10% on Wednesday, and then improving conditions from there on in. And these were some of the reports of hail and the very strong hail at portions of Illinois and Indiana yesterday as this complex of showers and thunderstorms moved through the region. On the aviational weather deck, mostly VFR, early morning, low-level wind shear possible. Strong low-level jet moves over to our east this morning. That's our prefrontal trough. Some shower activity with an isolated thunderstorm is possible later this afternoon. Most of the terminals, Atlantic City and Millville, may have a better chance of thunder with sea breeze enhancement. We'll talk about that in a moment. Winds will be out of the south-southwest before veering towards the west later today, and that will be behind that prefrontal trough and ahead of the cold front. During tonight, mostly VFR, continued shower threat tonight with light and variable winds. Better chance of MVFR or lower in showers existing north of Allentown. Wednesday, lingering showers and thunderstorms possible. MVFR expected with any precipitation, otherwise VFR conditions outside of that. Wednesday night and Thursday night and Friday, VFR conditions expected. Saturday, mostly VFR conditions expected. There is a small chance of thunderstorms from Reading and Allentown with a thermal trough in the afternoon. Right now it's warm out there. Newark Airport 65 degrees. The normal for this time in the morning is 50, so that's 15 degrees above where the normal low should be at this time of the day. Dew point 49, humidity 56%, the wind is southwest at 6. Scattered clouds at 12,000, scattered at 25,000. And the story today will be the shower activity by late tonight. And basically a good day for flying out there. Philadelphia right now is also very warm, 65 degrees, another temperature which is about 15 degrees above normal for this time in the morning. Dew point 53, humidity 65%, the wind is southwest at 9. That's in front of the prefrontal trough, mostly cloudy. Scattered clouds at 15,000, 25,000, and 30,000. Large-scale view of the upper level 500 millibar analysis and water vapor starting off with yesterday morning and going through early this morning, about 6 a.m. or so. Here's our upper level low across the southwest and our just complex disturbance here along the cold front, which was through the Midwest yesterday. It's very slow moving, as you can see, with a buildup and firing of convection producing those heavy downpours, gusty winds, and hail damage across the upper Midwest, particularly Illinois and Indiana yesterday afternoon and evening. We can see that this is going to be a slow mover as the winds are parallel to the flow. High pressure remains over the southeastern United States. There is our upper level low, our disturbance cut underneath this high, which is going to meander across the southeastern coast over the next couple of days or offshore. This could be a problem for this region here, but probably not for our region, as it will be cut off and then probably just get absorbed into the ridge axis by later in the weekend with just warm conditions here across the eastern United States for this weekend as the ridge continues to build back into the region. This front here will pass through the region and then begin to dissipate during tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. And the Storm Prediction Center has placed our area here into the southern Delaware and mid-Atlantic region into a slight risk for thunderstorms over the next 24 hours. And as we get into tomorrow, that risk begins to shift back to the south and west away from our region. First, we'll take a look at the mesoscale model here at 12Z out of the NAM from this morning. Here is our complex of showers and thunderstorms along and ahead of the front here as it moves in towards the Great Lakes region. And the front will be slow moving, but there'll be waves of low pressure along it. Here comes the first one out of the box here for late this afternoon and evening to our west. This could be one of those systems that kind of falls apart, but still there could be embedded areas of heavier downpours. The upper air soundings look like an inverted V, so the lower layers of the atmosphere will be dry, but there'll be some strong winds and some hail and possibly some lightning and thunder these and brief heavy downpours across any of these regions here where the showers and thunderstorms populate. Then by tomorrow morning, that complex just moves through the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area. By the morning hours, we could be dealing with some moderate to heavy rain across the region. That begins to move off the coast, but the front will be slow to pass through the south. There could be some more convection in the warm sector here by tomorrow afternoon, southwest of Philadelphia. That could get into the Philadelphia and the Delmarva region by tomorrow afternoon before the whole thing begins to just completely fall apart away from the region, and then high pressure begins to build into the forecast region. Here's that storm. Well, it's a hybrid or a warm core low. Caught underneath the ridge here off the Carolina coast. It's kind of meandering there and probably will do so before it reaches the coastline of Georgia or South Carolina during later in the weekend, and probably will remain out of our region as high pressure and heights continue to build over the top of it. And this relatively above normal pattern will continue probably into the early part, or at least the early to mid part of next week before the atmosphere begins to cool down with a very active polar jet stream and disturbances cooling us down by the middle to the latter part of next week again. But until then, above normal temperatures are in the forecast. Probably for today, we're going to get into the 70s and probably even into the upper 70s. We just realized that we got cut off there. The northwesterly flow means downsloping air, means probably not too much of a penetration of a sea breeze this afternoon, so coastal regions should even be quite warmer than they were even yesterday afternoon. And tomorrow morning we're dealing with the rain coming in, so we'll probably have lower temperatures back into the 50s again, low to mid 50s across the region. And by tomorrow afternoon we should be able to warm up. It will be a cloudier day, temperatures in the upper 50s and lower 60s, and we should be able to get back into warmer temperatures as we move through Thursday afternoon. Again, high pressure building and control temperatures will be rebounding back into the 70s once again. And it looks like the fine weather will continue at least through Friday and even early Saturday. High temperatures by Friday afternoon will probably be once again in the mid and upper 70s across the forecast region. And that's where we move from this model into the global. We'll start off with the GFS extrapolated out to Saturday morning. Here's our warm core low getting into the Carolina coast here and getting dissolved into the ridge. Access here's another cold front to the north. Most of this energy will remain to the north, so we're not expecting a wet day. Maybe some outlier showers early in the forecast period during Sunday afternoon across the northern sections, while southern sections may stay completely dry between these two features here. And the front looks like it's going to stall up again across the region, and that could bring chances of showers again throughout the day on Monday. We'll be monitoring that. And once again, this low just gets absorbed into the flow. More disturbances overcutting the top of it. So it looks like early next week is going to be a little bit wetter than we've seen this week, but not a washout. Saturday and Sunday could be again in the upper 70s and lower 80s across the forecast region, but that will change as we get into Monday. We're expecting temperatures to cool off considerably by Monday as, well, a backdoor cold front with the rain moves across the region. And if we extrapolate this out even further into Tuesday, it looks like temperatures are going to be quite chilly back with northeast or coastal marine air mass in place with temperatures back into the lower 50s, so below average. So enjoy this fine weather because it's probably going to come to a screeching halt or at least a temporary halt as the polar jet stream gets more active again early to middle of next week. So for everything live, it's Garden State Weather, gardenstateweather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. Have a fantastic Cinco de Mayo and be safe out there. We'll see you bright and early on Wednesday morning.